day, guys. I get a lot of questions as far as making money in real estate in general. This falls to all types of strategies in real estate.
On condominiums in Hampton, gated community with a pool, great turnkey asset.
This is my secret of how I make a fortune in real estate. Free content that I give out, guys. I'm very passionate what I do about teaching. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Antonio Edwards again, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Today I got a nice piece of content and video that I know would help you out, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my podcast, guys, I have a podcast on iTunes, one of the top-rated podcasts in real estate investing niche. Go to iTunes, guys, and just type in The Real Estate Rich and Famous. That's the name of my podcast show. I interview top experts in real estate investing around the country, guys, that's making 7 figures a year or more. All right, they're really moving and shaking and telling you what's happening in today's marketplace to make money in real estate. All right, so go check out my iTunes podcast called The Real Estate Rich and Famous. Also, I have one of the bestseller books on Amazon. It's called The Life of Real Estate Investing. If you haven't checked out that book, check it out. Give out some crazy content, guys. I'm passionate about helping others. One thing I know I can't do, I can't make a person take action. But the ones that take action and implement what I teach, guys, because I love teaching, I love educating, I love seeing the transformation of somebody who's going from the self-doubt with themselves, and then they get this confidence and flipping deals and making all this money. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel like awesome. Like, it's giving back, But today's video, guys, I'm going to tell you about the only 2 to 3 documents you need to wholesale a house, all right? The only 2 to 3 documents you need to wholesale a house. And I'm going to tell you why it's 2 to 3. Because one of these 3 documents is optional. But I do recommend using this 3rd document, all right? All right, so the first document you need, all right, is a purchase and sale agreement. All right. All right. It's called some people call it a P&S, for short for purchase and sale agreement. And with this agreement, guys, this agreement is just going to be between you and the homeowner, you and the seller. You and seller. All right. This document is between you and the seller, the purchase and sale agreement. This is just an agreement between you and the seller saying that you guys, the seller agrees to sell the rights of her property at an agreed price by you, at an X amount of price. All right? That's all it's saying. And this purchase and sale agreement that I also always recommend, you have a and or assigns clause. What's a G? Let's put C. All right, clause in that contract. Make sure and or assigns clause is in that contract. And in all my documents, they're bulletproof. Where they have all the terms in there for you. Just plug and play pretty much. All right. And I'll talk about later that in a second. All right. So this is the purchase and sale agreement. That's the first document you get signed. All right, between you and the seller. All right. So to wholesale that house or assign that property to get a paycheck with no money down coming from you or no using none of your credit, you're going to assign this to an end buyer. And that second document between you and the end buyer, this is going to be between you and end buyer or cash buyer. All right, this is called an assignment agreement. All right. This is called an assignment agreement, or some people call it an assignment of contract. They're the same term, same thing. All right. So this agreement is going to be between you and the end buyer. Assignment agreement, and all this document is saying that you agree to sell your rights of this contract for an assignment fee. All right. And that end buyer is going to step in your shoes of this contract, or whatever terms you agree for this contract with your seller. He or she's going to step in your shoes of this contract, and in return, he's going to give you an assignment fee. That assignment fee, now, that can be from $3,000 $10,000, $100,000 or more. Literally. Literally. There's really no cap to how much assignment fee you can make. It's just how good of the deal that you found to flip to your end buyer, and how much big of a spread you have. All right. The third document, and this is the one that's optional. All right. Optional. This is an optional one here, but I do recommend it because I call this right here. Well, this is called a memorandum of contract. All right, it's a memorandum. This is called a memorandum of contract. Also, something I called, it's like some little terminology I add to it. Is a deal insurance, a deal insurance contract, aka deal insurance. Now, deal insurance contract. Now, what happens if you get a contract with the seller? All right, agreement with the seller, and your end buyer somehow, you get an agreement with the buyer, sign an agreement with the buyer to buy the property. Somehow they, this is a buyer you don't know like that, and somehow they kind of like intertwine with each other, and they meet each other, and she goes behind the back and find out he's paying a higher price. Of course, because he's paying a higher price than what you got in the contract for. So she's gonna go behind your back and get a contract with him, even though she got a contract with you. This deal insurance contract, called a memorandum of contract, is a legal size document. It has to be a legal size document. All right. It's a legal size document that basically it has to be notarized. It's basically between you and the seller. That document is between you and the seller. All right. Also between you and the seller. All right. That says the notary will come and notarize the document saying, okay, I seen this agreement, this purchase-sale agreement between you and the seller, buyer, because you're acting as a buyer in this contract, between the buyer and the seller, which is you in this contract, you're the buyer, and I notarize, and I'm the witness that he got into a contract with this. So he notarized this memorandum of contract, and with this memorandum of contract, you can take to the title company, right? And you can get them to put this on the records of this property, in the city records, where you have the cloud. You can put a cloud on the title as you were the buyer of this property. You can cloud that title. Therefore, this end buyer can't go behind your back to try to snake you and ask me how I know. Ask me how I know, because this happened to me before. All right, it's trying to snake you and try to buy this contract, or get a lower price and get into a separate contract. All right, so just say if a buyer is trying to be snaky, and all of a sudden he has he's trying to close his property behind your back at a lower price of what you really had it on a contract for, and this seller and this buyer agreed, and his title company run a title search. They're going to see your name on that title. They won't be able to close that property until they reach you, because your name is clouded on the title. Now they got to call you back and say, blah blah blah. We're trying to buy this property, but this is the thing. You can charge a release to get off the title, a fee. It's called a release fee off the title. All right, you can charge a release in order for him to buy that property. It's a killer ninja strategy. That's why I said 2 to 3. Some people don't use that memorandum contract, but I recommend it, So you can pick. You definitely need these 2, all right? But all 3 right here, this is all you need to wholesale a property, all right? Now, if you want access to my docs, they already have my backup clause, just in case, you can't find a buyer. That's always a person's objective. What happens if I can't find a buyer? I have backup clauses. My killer backup clauses. That my attorney whipped up his contract. I got paid many dollars, thousands of dollars to get these documents right over and over. Pretty much, it's editing them over time to get them perfectly right, as perfect as possible. So if you just go to like firstdealeasy.com, firstdealeasy.com, firstdealeasy.com. All right, and go ahead and get access to these 3 docs, these docs, and I got a video series, you know, in this First Deal Easy system that goes as precisely how to fill these out. You watching over my shoulder and watching me fill out these documents, each one, guys. So go ahead, guys, and go to firstdealeasy.com. And I hope this video was very helpful, and you know, to the people that's watching this. And I appreciate you watching this in this video. So go to firstdealeasy.com. I appreciate you. This is Antonio Edwards signing off. Until next time.